Hello, welcome in. Hi. How are you doing today? Hi, Mello. Hi, Tay. Welcome in. Happy to see you today. I'm very excited, as I usually am every single day that we stream. But today, I opened up Codecademy today, actually. And what I found out is that finally I get to learn typography, even though I kind of understand what it is, but not fully understand what it is. But I'm excited to learn a little bit more. But before I even open up that, I wanted to show you all something actually that's on my screen. I've been kind of like not stuck, more so just like genuinely inspired about everything that is The Sims. Where is my... Why can I not close that? Oh, there we go. Perfect. You know, I've been so excited about this entire day because mostly what I've been doing is just like playing around in The Sims. I had a little bit of a photo shoot, if you will, just a teeny bit of a photo shoot in The Sims 4. And I decided that I wanted to just like make a fake album cover. Like, I mean, we don't even have bands in The Sims 4, but the idea of just making a fake album band cover seemed like a good idea to get me inspired and ready for one day. If we ever get bands, I think it'd be exciting. But I was playing around in Photoshop just for the fun of it. I had some fonts I downloaded from Adobe Font and Google Font, played around in Photoshop a little bit. I did so much heavy editing to this, and I honestly cannot decide. Like, I had two different versions. I had this one, and then I had this one. And I'm like, I kind of like both a little bit, because this one feels more like wavy and distorted, where like this one just feels more faded and grainy. But I like both. But no, I was like having way too much fun. I was sitting here for like a good solid hour and a half, just like doing so many photos with Winston, and I actually can show you. I took so many photos of all of my Sims, of like the band that we had created on stream a while back ago. Also, Tao, welcome in. It's good seeing you today. Hello. How are you? But yeah, I just kind of I was doing this earlier today. I kind of got inspired to just take random photos of my Sims, because that's what I do. I take random photos of my Sims and I make random stuff for them. It just seemed very exciting at the time, you know? But welcome in. I'm glad to see you. We're going to do some coding today. We're going to be doing some nice chill coding today in Codecademy. And we're going to do a little bit of some Stardew Valley. More Stardew Valley than coding. So I don't spend too much time in Codecademy. So I don't overwhelm myself with too much. I hope you're doing well. Oh, you had a good day? You've been chilling and gaming? That's very fun. I've been doing the exact same thing, chilling and gaming and kind of just like enjoying the fresh air. It was really nice outside for once. It was 78 degrees Fahrenheit and I felt so happy about it because for the past couple of days, it's been very hot, like in the high 90s. So now that it's like decent, I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere with this weather. I'm starting to like it. But yeah, I'm glad you did that. What games did you play? Anything in particular by any chance? Okay, let me close these things real quick and open up Codecademy so we waste no time. And I think I've done everything I possibly need to do. Yes, I did. That's good. That's good. Anyway, I also was watching some streams earlier today as well. I mostly just kind of gamed, sat outside for a little bit, took Randy Joe to day camp, living life. Oh, you can relate. You've been dealing with a long heat wave and rain. And you got another day. Was so good after that. I'm just like happy. It's starting to get really normal finally, after how many weeks? Because I wasn't expecting like the heat to be like really crazy. I'm like, okay, 90 degrees, that's fine. But that real feel was really hitting me. Like that heat drained me quite a bit. But, you know, at least we get a chance to go outside and then like take walks, breathe in the fresh air. That's what I was really looking forward to, honestly. Ooh, Jackbox on stream plus turn-based strategy on your own. Ooh, fun! You didn't win any Jackbox games, but the vibes were 10 out of 10. Good. I haven't played Jackbox in like forever. I'm very bad at that game. Hi, Coupon. Thank you so much for the early cruise, friends. I appreciate it so much. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, I feel like the last time I played Jackbox, oh my gosh, I feel like it's been like 4 years probably since I last played. But I'm kind of glad that they've made new games since then, I think. No, all good. Lurk for a bit, my friend. In a turn-based strategy game. I haven't played a strategy game in a couple of months. But I don't know what it is, but for some reason strategy games always kind of like, I like that I get to think because I get to decide what happens next. So I'm always down for a strategy game any day. Even like puzzles that make me think and have to decide where this piece goes. I live for that. 1 million channel points? I'm sorry, what? I did not know that. Almost 1 million? I'm gonna try and get Dab to spend her points. So I think Dab has like over 5 million or something like that. Dab needs to spend the points. I kind of want to make a list of who has the most points. Like the top 10. Because I think you're up there. I think you're like in the top 10, Coupon, I'm pretty sure. They do. They're fun and relaxing. They definitely like make you like scratch your brain in a good way. And like, yeah. And when it's like the right choice that you make, it's the best thing ever. Oh, a joke? Sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me get my bot open. I forgot. I have my joke command prepared. But while we get that up, let me pull up a joke. Let's see. Hold on. I'm thinking of one. Let's see. Okay. What do you call a French man wearing sandals? What do you call a French man wearing sandals? Philippe Falop. Philippe Falop. He's wearing sandals. Philippe Falop. Flip flop. Flip flop. Flip flop. Get it? Get it? Or this one. Which vegetable has the best kombu? Broccoli. Broccoli. That is the best one that has who's the best at kombu. Because you know, Jet Li, broccoli. Oh my gosh. I always love a good pun though. Puns are fun. But yes, enjoy your luck though, Coupon. Okay, so today what we're doing is we're learning some typography, at least in Codecademy. So this should be very interesting to see what we will get out of this. I'm kind of excited because I love fonts. Recently I've been downloading more fonts as of lately, and it's been quite nice because I've been organizing my website and I changed a lot of the fonts on there. But I'm glad you like it. Okay, so for the font family, it says you may remember the visual rules lesson that the font of an element can be changed by using the font family property, which is very true. In the example above, the font family for all H1 headings will be a rule, which is not my favorite font. The basic font, but it's there. Oh no, Arial font. It's not a rule, but Arial font. But multi-word values. When specifying a typeface with multiple words like Times New Roman, it's recommended to use quotations to group the words together. Oh. And then safe fonts. We can go here to CSS font stack. Oh my goodness, hello? I never knew this existed. Oh. Web safe fonts, CSS fonts from Dan's Tools. Interesting. Oh, I guess it means like what percentage of it is on there, I presume. I don't know. Well, my favorite font of all time is Times New Roman, but as of lately, I've been kind of liking some basic ones and then customized ones. Like Century Gothic is my favorite font as of right now. And also Georgia is also really good. Most of these serif fonts I kind of like because they're very unique and different. But I don't mind a sans serif font every once in a while. But I do play around with the different types of fonts for each letter. And then I find other ones online and then think, oh, this might be good for me. I might use that one today. But let's see. Fallback fonts and font stacks. Web safe fonts are good fallback fonts that can be used if your preferred font is not available. It can be. It can be. Let's see. Caslone, Georgia, and Times New Roman are fallback fonts to Caslon. You have what is known as a font stack. A font stack usually contains a list of similar looking fonts. Here the browser will first try to use the Caslon font. If not available, it will try to use a similar font, Georgia, or if Georgia is unavailable, it will try to use Times New Roman. Oh, so that's what it means. I always thought it meant like, you know, adding in multiple fonts. I never knew what that meant. Hi, Peppa. Welcome in. It's good seeing you today. Hello, hello. Oh, Tempest Sans ITC is a special place in your heart. I think it's really kind of cute. It's also for creative writing. It was, I think, have I used that font in a while? Let me go back. It's like, what was it? I feel like I've used that font before. Let me look it up because I want to see if it looks familiar than what I remember. I used that font before. Oh yeah, that's a nice font. I do remember that one. It's been a minute since I've used it, like every once in a while. Because like it's a handwritten font, right? Hi Peppa, welcome in. Happy Saturday, happy coding Saturday, and also Stardew Valley Saturday as well. But thank you for the daily click and the lurks and the early crew. I greatly appreciate you so much. Okay, so you may be wondering what features make a font similar to another font. Like Caslon, Georgia, and Times New Roman are serif fonts. Serif fonts have extra detail at the end of each letter, as opposed to sans serif, which do not have any extra detail. I think that's why I kind of go back and forth between serif and sans serif, because sometimes I want a little extra detail to my font to make it look fancy. But then sans serif, I'm like, I want to go basic today. So that makes a lot of sense. Randy Joe, are you okay? I think you're fine. Okay, so what we need to do for our instructions, it says in the style CSS, change the font family of the H1 element to Georgia. I always want to call it Georgina. I don't know why. Be like, Georgina, where are you? Georgina. I recently was following this one person on Instagram. He's categorized, he's known to being like the happiest person in the entire world. I think he's from like Sweden, and he has a cat, and all he does is like climb a bunch of mountains, and he lives in the woods, and there's like lakes everywhere. But his videos are very entertaining. He makes me joyful. Okay, did I run it? Yay! Oh, I see it now. Okay, the fonts did change. Yay! You met their target for 1 month in a row. I was consistent. I really have been trying to be very consistent this entire year with like reading, coding, writing, whatever it might be. And I always believe doing something once a week is always a good thing to do. So we need to also change the font family of the dot editorial, which is down here. So we need to do font family, this one. There we go. Oh. Okay, I see what the, wait, huh? What you mean, Willis? What do you mean? I don't understand, Grandpa. No, I did it right. Yeah? Did I not do it right? Font family. Oh, I see. Okay, now, never mind. I know what I have to do. I forgot to put the little things in between because there's like a space in there. That's why. I'm like, why is it not working? There it goes, better. I did it. Yay. Okay, the next one that I have to do is use a font stack to give the editorial element fallback fonts to Times New Roman and Serif. So in order to do that, we would need to do, we'll do comma, well, yeah, comma, space, and then times, oop, if I can spell right, Times New Roman. I always called it Times News Roman. I always want to put like a little S at the end of new. I don't know why. I always thought about that for a while. And over the years, I don't know if you ever had like typing classes in school, but I remember there was like this moment where you could not look at your keyboard, or they would like mark something off when you're a progress or whatever. And I enjoyed typing class a lot because it allowed me to learn like how to not look at my keyboard and like figure out where things are being placed. So when I got my new keyboard a couple of weeks ago from Corsair, I was so excited because it was something that I grew up with, because it had like a number pad on the side, and then it had all like the general like keys. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. I am a slow typer though, not the fastest typer. Let's see, font weight in CSS. Font weight property controls the bold or thin text appears. It can be specified with keywords or numeral values, like bold, normal, lighter, or bolder. And then it goes from 1 being the lightest to 1,000 being the boldest. And then 400 is a keyword for normal, and then 700 is a keyword for bold. And then in the example above, text elements in both left section and right section classes will appear bold. It's important to note that not all fonts will be assigned or can be assigned to a numeric font weight, and not all numeric font weights are available to all fonts. And that is true. I learned that the hard way. I learned that most fonts are not compatible with certain like types of being bolded, because if a font is not supposed to be bolded, it will look very weird. But it's a good practice to look up the font you're using to see which font weight values are available. And so we need to go to banner.banner space P, which is right here, and we need to type in the font weight. So font, oop, that spells font. Font, can I spell weight? Font weight, lighter. I gotta remember these because I'm actively like coding or customizing my website right now with custom CSS, and I'm like, ooh, this is good, because I'm at that point. You actually didn't know you can just bold any font. Yeah, like if you bold like a font that's not supposed to be bolded, it's gonna look very odd. Like the way it's stylized, and like, oh, this doesn't look right. So you always gotta play around, like really like find out what fonts work best. And that's why I love typography, because sometimes certain fonts will look good on like posters, but may not look very good on like a small screen. Or like a billboard font may look very good on billboards and posters and websites, but not for a phone size, like for mobile. You always got to play around. And what I learned is that the key rule of thumb is to have, at least for websites at least, is no more than 3 font types, because any more than 3, it'll get very inconsistent and overwhelming for the whole entire website. And then also it's also true to make sure that your fonts that you use will have the appropriate colors so they're accessible with the background of your website. So that's way it's like readable, you know? Awesome. Hello. Welcome in. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm gonna put you down, Randy Joe. Hi. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. We're doing some CSS coding right now at the moment in Codecademy. I'm glad to see you. I actually saw you yesterday because we had rated larger tater tot, and I'm like, wait, you rated me before, so I'm like, I had to go follow you. I don't know why I wasn't following you earlier. I have to go and watch your stream soon. I'm glad you're doing good. I am well. Come on, Rain. But I'm doing really good, surviving the heat, taking care of my child, Randy Joe here, my dog. Because he's so antsy today. I don't know why. Why are you so antsy? He doesn't like when all the people leave in the house and it's just me. But, you know, he's okay. He's okay. He's just needs to calm down a little bit. Self-regulate, you know? But no, Tay is really cool. I love the vibes of Tay streams. What am I doing? Oh, font weight. That's right. But no, we're currently doing some CSS right now at the moment, and we're learning about typography. And what I didn't know is about certain types of fonts have to be like you have to choose the right font for a website that will make sense, because I'm learning that all fonts can be bolded. And I'm also learning about the font weights. I knew about the bold and normal, but I didn't know about the lighter or bolder like values. I'm like, I'm learning so much today. But life is good, life is good. Life is good. And enjoy your lurk, my friend. Okay, so now that we got that, we can... I'm sorry, what? I did 900. Did I not spell it right? Font weight. Header. Oh, it's in the wrong section. I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. I'm gonna put that here. There we go. That's better. But yeah, life is good. I've mostly just been working on a lot of things. So what I did earlier today is I made a fake album cover for one of my Sims. I don't know how much you would love bands in The Sims 4, but I have a mighty need for bands. And I made a fake album cover for my Sim for no reason. Just because I'm like, you know, why not? Why not? Twitter destroyed the quality of it. But you kind of get the idea. And I'm like, I want to make a band so badly. So I'm using the club system from Get Together to simulate a band. So that way they can do band-like activities. So I made one of 2 album covers I'm making. I feel like making one of the lead singer owner of the band made sense to make it start it off with, and then add in like the next group of the rest of the band, like the guitarist and the keyboard person will be added too. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it as of lately. I spent all day today doing a little mini photo shoot with my Sims and making like posing all of them. I think I did like maybe like 14 photos because I didn't need that many, but I really had a lot of fun. And I used Photoshop. But thank you. I've been learning, I've been doing my thorough research online to decide what looks good for an album cover and everything. Hi, Jordy. Welcome in. It's good seeing you. And what I'm gonna be doing after I kind of complete my little Codecademy like sections and get like a little certificate, what I'm gonna do is take all that knowledge that we learned here and try to utilize the Sims and make fake brands and websites for my Sims. Like, I'm literally gonna make a fake website for my Sims fake band. Because one, I'm bored, and two, I need a project to do, a very lengthy project. So that's what I plan to do. The first step was making the album cover, or one of 2 album covers. Next stop, make a dedicated playlist of all the songs that fit the vibe of the band. It's called High Fidelity. It's an alternative rock band. Alternative rock band. And I gotta find a bunch of songs that fit the vibe, put it in like a playlist of like maybe 13 songs, and then figure out the design of the website, what fonts I want to use, what colors I want to use, and then kind of like make it real, but like not real. So it should be fun. I'm excited. That's the shenanigans I like to get into. No, it's the best thing ever. I did it for university as my final exam to graduate. I was like, can I use The Sims to make a fake website about plants? They said sure, and I'm like, okay. I got an A and I graduated, so I'm like, hey, use The Sims to your advantage. They give us the resources, and we just gotta use our imagination as much as possible. That's why I've been playing this game for 25 years, bestie. I'm telling you, it gets good every day. Every day. What is this? Oh, font style. Oh. You can also italicize text with the font style property. The italic value causes text to appear italicized. The font style property also has a normal value, which is the default. The web page features 3 sections: that word, and that word. Each of these sections include a line with the name of a font creator, such as that word. Let's italicize the creator's name on each of the cards. In the style CSS in the font card selection, set the font style of font card creator. Oh, right here. Okay. Italicize font style. If I can spell the words. Oh, you did your senior speech on the differences between Sims 3 and 4 back in 2017. Oh my gosh. When you think about it, back then in 2017, for The Sims 4 is so different than it is now. Because back then, it was like maybe 3 years old of The Sims 4. I feel like we had enough, but not a lot. I know we already had like Get to Work, Get Together. I would say City Living. It depends on what year that was, or what month it was in 2017. I believe. I want to say we already had we had toddlers back in 2017, but I also want to say it was 2018. No, we had just got toddlers around that time, I believe. It might have been 2018. Either way, I feel like so much has changed. Like 2017 was like a whole vibe. Okay, it was. Okay. I figured it was, but I couldn't remember. But man, a lot has changed back then. It was definitely unfinished for sure. With like what they included back. Oh, I don't like that. It's not readable. I like that it's italicized like that. But for sure, no, it was wild. I remember like the way that babies would jump from newborns to like a 7-year-old. That was a funny thing. I found that extremely funny. You were 0 years old and you became 7, right? then and there. But no, they did make it a lot worth it though in the end. That's true. Text transformation. Text can also be styled to appear in either uppercase or lowercase using the text transform property, which I knew. In the code above, the H1 elements to appear uppercase regardless of the case used for the heading within the HTML code. Alternatively, the lowercase value could be used to format the text in all lowercase. Since the text can be directly typed in all uppercase or lowercase with the HTML file, what is the point of CSS rules that allows you to format letter case? Depending on the type of content web pages display, it may make sense to always style a specific element in all uppercase or lowercase letters. For example, a website that reports breaking news may decide to format all H1 elements to uppercase, and as the example above, it would also put uppercase text in the HTML file, which could make the code difficult to read, which is very, very true. Very, very true. But in the style CSS, we need to transform the text in the main heading of H1 to appear uppercase. I like things like this. This may make no sense of any kind, but I thoroughly enjoy it. Transform. Uppercase. Like, there are days where I'll just spend all of my hours just coding random stuff in my website. Hold on, is that an H1? Lowercase. Hold on. Okay, so it's this one right here. That's the typography thing, says it's H1. And the rest of them must be H2. Yeah, this is the only H1. So we'll put this in uppercase. Back up here. Perfect. Yay. Next. Text layout. Whoa. We've learned how text can be defined by font family, weight, style, and transformations. Now you'll learn about some ways text can be displayed or laid out within the element's container. The letter spacing property is used to set the horizontal spacing between the individual characters in the element. It's not common to set the spacing between letters, but it can sometimes help the readability of certain fonts and styles. Because what I learned over time is that certain fonts can be readable, but if they're smushed together, you can't read a single thing. You're like, what in the world did I just read or just type? Space it out if you can, or it's not readable. So in the example above, each character in the paragraph element will be separated by 2 pixels, which is very small, but it does make a difference. But word spacing, it can be set, you can set the space between words with a word spacing property. It's also not common to increase the space between words, but it can help enhance readability of bolded or enlarged text. True. And so the example above, the word spacing is set to 0.3 EM, and EM stands for what? Using EM value are recommended because the spacing can be set based on the size of the font. What does that mean? What does EM stand for? What does EM stand for? EM meaning... Ooh, if I could spell. Oh, it's just a form of measurement. Okay, never mind. It's a form of a measurement, I guess. And then the line height. Same goes with that. Leading, font size, line height is the yellow line, and then the blue is the font, and then this like darker blue is the leading between the bottom one and then the top one. Text alignment. And then what do we need to do? Let's put the new properties to work. In the style CSS, set the letter spacing of the H1 element to 0.3 EM. Wait, what? Oh, letter spacing. I'm like, I don't know how to spell letter spacing. And then .03 em. There we go. Alrighty. So what did that do? H1. Oh, I see it. So it's literally the typography. That's kind of enlarged. What if I do 2? What does that look like? Okay. That makes sense. But I'll put it back to 3 because it makes it more easier for what we need to do. So in the word spacing for the banner P, rule set is to 0.25 em. So let's go to banner P, and we'll need to go to type in word spacing, semicolon, or that one, 0.25 em, that one, and then it does it for this one right here, which makes a lot of sense. It's spacing it out a little bit more so you can see more. And then we need to set the line height of that same thing in the banner P value. We'll do line dash height, if I can spell height, to 0.14. There we go. Perfect. It's kind of an equivalent of like double spacing, but also single spacing with a little smidget of room. And then the paragraph, you need to go to, go to the paragraph one, which is up here. And we need to go and do text alignment, align, and then justify. I'm justifying the text. Now it's even and staggered correctly. It's good. When everything's even, I feel pleased, because certain fonts always have like a little smidget of like a line that's off, but you want things like centered, but like all justified and like neat and tight on both edges. Then you would use justified. I've always been a big fan of justified, but I don't use it all the time. Ooh, wait, this is my favorite part. I love fonts. I don't know if anyone here in chat has ever delved into the realm of defont.com. I don't know what it is, but defont.com, Google Fonts, and Adobe Font have me at a choke hold. It's not even funny. I'm not joking. I always, and I mean literally always, go on Adobe Fonts and Google Font, and I find like the most obscure things ever on here, which is like a good healthy habit. And recently what I've been doing is like I've been going to the trending tab of Adobe Fonts to see like what's trending out there, see what I could like, and then I always end up adding it to my font family so I can have it for later. Like this one, I gotta add it. There we go. Ooh, this looks nice. Wait, discover your typographic superpower. What is this one? Because I'm trying to also, I'm gonna make a Sims Coachella poster. I just gotta like figure out how I want to do it. So this definitely has been manipulated quite a bit. So what I'm gonna have to do is, let's see. It's definitely this one right here. The mini Kadi one, which is right here. And I can always type in, let's see, poster. I can type in the word poster in here, and then it would allow me to find fonts that would work for like a poster. And I'm like, ooh, what's out there? What's out there? Science fair, band poster font. Here it is. They have these things called font packs, and they are dangerous. If you love fonts more, just like me, you'll never see the light of day. But now I'm like thinking I have to add in all these fonts now. So I'm gonna add in, let's see, export regular. I also want Gin regular. So let's do export regular. Let's add this font in here. I might also use Adobe Express because it's easier to do it that way. If I want to get more customized and technical, then I can use Adobe Illustrator to make it happen even better. But I can always play around with it. But yeah, I don't know. This is like a general example of like what you can find from like Adobe fonts, and then Google font is also another thing you can do. If you wanted to see like what your sentence will look like. For example, let's play The Sims. If you type it out like here in Google Fonts, it'll like show you what the font will look like in a certain typeface. And I think kind of helps you decide like, do you like this or do you not like it? And the majority of the time, these are already integrated within like Microsoft Word or any of the Microsoft products or Google products. Or if you have like Adobe, they're usually here, but if they're not, you can always like download them and then just add them in. So that I always feel like that's a good thing to note. Decide, do I like this font family or not? I don't know if that made any sense, but I don't know. There's also fonts.com, another dangerous website to go on to if you want more fonts. Okay, so online font services like Google Fonts can make it easier to find and link to fonts for your site. You can browse and select fonts that match the style of your website. Oh, Roboto is another good font that I really like too. I always forget about Roboto. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Oop. I'm sorry. What just happened? Okay, there we go. Like, that did not make any sense. Ooh, there we go. Perfect. Hi, Daphne. Welcome in. It's good seeing you today. How are you? How are you, Daphne? Yeah. How was your day? How was your stream? What did you do today? Anything in particular? Would love to know. I want to know. Were you playing more of your Love Trope Legacy today? I'm doing really good. I can't complain too much. I've just been like mostly just chilling today. I did some worked on some poster designs, or I made one album design in Photoshop today for my sim because I was really happy about it. I'm like, wait, this is exciting. So I did that today and then did some other sim stuff. Oh, you played Peak with Jake and Jake died and you won Peak, and then we did a cast swap challenge. Oh, that's fun. That's exciting. I haven't played Peak yet, but I have it. I still need to like open it up and like understand the settings before I actually play it myself, so I don't look like a fool. But that's exciting. That's cool. Peak is a fun game. I was cackling. I was watching someone play Peak today as well, and I find that game quite hilarious. What do I have to do again? With the font at the bottom of the page under the mono space section needs to be space mono. Let's fix it by linking the space mono Google font. Navigate to Google Fonts and select the space mono font. In the list of style variations, find regular 400 and click plus, select a style. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to like play offline, so then that way I can like kind of be a bit of a pro at it, you know? That's what I want. I want to be a pro at Peak. So then I can rule the world. Literally, I just want to rule the world for Peak. What do I have to do again? Oh, space mono. That's what I have to type in. Space mono. And then regular 400. What does that mean? Oh, right here. But no, it looks really fun though. I'll have to give it a try and like see what it's like before I play it on stream. I'll probably have a chance to play it offline like tomorrow or so. hopefully tomorrow. So I'm working with my mom on something that she would like to get done very soon. I'm helping her make a website. So, at least in Squarespace. Copy the provided link element and paste it to the head. Wait, what? Okay, so then you go down to... Where is it at? Wait. Into the head element. I am confusion. Wait, what? The font at the bottom of the page under space. Uh-huh. I don't know what it means. Okay. Oh, you're trying to decide on food. You might be getting Chinese again. Ooh, Chinese is always a good thing to always have. I don't really exactly remember what I'm going to be having for dinner because all I know is the food in the fridge. It's there, but it's the food that I don't want. So, oh, wait, no, my dad has pork steaks in there in the fridge. So I could eat that, possibly. I could possibly eat that. Maybe. Oh, and said the index H. If I read the rest of the actual sentence, then it would have made a lot more sense. Okay, so I need to go over here, and then let's see. So I need to type in navigate that, link that. So get embedded code. Oh my goodness, hello? Oh, here it is, I found it. I was like, what do you mean? In the head section. Okay. Okay, it worked. I was like, this is so confusing, I don't understand. Hi, Rotten Lady, hello. Welcome in. Happy to see you. Yeah, so I have Peak, but I just haven't played it, is the thing. So I need to open it up, have time to actually play the game and understand it before I stream it. But I'm glad to see you though, Jake. I hope it went well. I heard that you died quite a bit in Peak. But welcome in though, Rotten Lady. We're doing some coding right now in Codecademy. We're almost done with this lesson. At least I think we are. Actually, wait. No, we're nowhere near done. We're going to do the typography lesson and then do more of the project next time. I want to space these things out so I don't rush through everything. But I'm glad to see you. I don't want to talk about it. Hashtag distraught. I'm screaming. Oh my gosh. Do you hear that, Randy Joe? Jake was distraught. It's kind of a horrifying game, honestly, I will say. It's a scary game. But I'm glad to see you. I am honestly very happy that we are here today. Because one, I don't know if I showed you all. I wanted to show you all something that I created today in Photoshop. I made an album cover for my sim for his fake band. I literally just made a fake album, like, I don't know why. I just did. I went to The Sims today, did a little mini photo shoot, had a little funness with it, posed my sim like crazy with him and his two other bandmates. I have like several screenshots that I have to go through, but I did that, and then I decided to go into Photoshop and make a little album cover for his fake band called High Fidelity. Parental advisory, explicit content. I had to add that in there because, you know, he's an alternative rock band, so we gotta always have that, the PA symbol, the EC, PAEC symbol on the album. Then eventually what I'm gonna do is like plan out an entire playlist in the alternative rock genre, put it all together of like 13 songs that will make sense for a story, then make another album cover for that, and then eventually make a fake website. So I got some plans. I've got some plans. I've been inspired today. I've been inspired. But thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it a lot. Dare I say, am I a simmer or am I a simmer? I was not fine and dandy randy. Oh, whoa. Well, definitely. If you need some ideas, let me know. I'm always happy to provide my services for you all. Okay, so now what we need to do is go to the space rule set and create a declaration of using the font family property. So we'll type in font family speedrun. Font family with this space mono, and then we're gonna go to the end and do this and type in mono space as the values. Perfect. Next. But no, I love my sim Winston. I talk about the O'Connor family like they're real people, but I'm literally not joking. I love the O'Connor family so much. They are iconic. Wait, web fonts using the @font face rule set in your CSS style sheet instead of using the link element in the HTML document. As mentioned earlier, fonts can be downloaded just like any other file on the web. They come from a different file format, such as OTF, TTF, WOOF, or WOF, and then WOF2. So what we need to do with that is, let's see, what do we have to do for our actual instruction? So let's change the font of the banner over here. Using a local font file, if you open up the font directory using the navigator in your code editor, you'll notice that we have added the local font files Lego. Okay, at the top of the style sheet, create a font family font face rule set and give it the font family property. That okay, cool. Wee woo, yeah. Yeah, Dabney, Coupon is getting up there. Coupon's trying to catch you. And also, Dabney, if you are ever open to the idea of sharing with the classroom what might be your the number of how many channel points you may have, feel free to share that number with the classroom. At any time is convenient to you. I feel like now would be a perfect time, just suggesting, you know. Wait, tell me why I literally thought you had like 5 million. I thought you literally had like 5 million channel points at one point. Oh, Coupon's catching up. You better save your points. Oh. You know how many points I have? I have infinity. Yeah, they changed it on how you get your channel points nowadays, which is kind of sad. It's not as frequent anymore. Well, you have that too in mind. Yeah, well, you're here though. So, in a way, I've got more points than all of y'all. You would have loads more, but he splurged on certain burn them up streams. Just saying. As you should. I think personally, every once in a while, every sim deserves to be lit on fire. Yeah. I agree. I don't really spend any of my points. I don't really know how many points I have in Dabney's stream, but I know I have quite a bit. And you type in this URL. Space tab. I'm sorry, what now? Tab. There we go. That doesn't seem right. This doesn't feel right. Why does this feel off? Okay, I don't know. Oh, that feels off. I don't like. Also, girl, you okay? Thank you for the daily clip for Palestine and the early crew. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. How are you, by the way? Hope you're doing well. and a format of type. I was like, what in the Methuselah is going on here? I need to type in format. Format, parentheses, WAF 2 with the little things side by side. I'm gonna do this. WAF 2. Coding is like a whole other language that I'm like learning. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? There we go. We'll see on the inside of the parentheses. There we go. And you have too many points. What is too many? If you had a number, you know? If you had to put a number to it, how many would that be? Kaleidoscope. I know, I love our crowd control chaos streams. And you know what's so funny? I found out that now crowd control supports peak. So if you play peak, and you've seen people play peak, Dabney, crowd control now works for it. Like, it supports peak now. And I'm like, wait a minute. Here I do one. Be kind of exciting. Wait, it didn't work? Oh. I was like, why didn't it work? There goes better. Yay. But yeah, I saw that because I got an email from crowd control. I'm like, wait, I have to tell everybody about this. It looks so funny. The chaos that commences in not only The Sims, but peak alone would be insane. Down 200k after the last crowd control. 200k, lordy loo. That's a lot of fires. It's very flammable, you know? Wait, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Did I type that right? Add the source value. Did that. Something seems off here. True type. Yes. Yeah. Do I need to have... Wait, did I add the source? Oh, you have to do it for every single last one of them? Is that what I have to do? Hold on. Huh? Wait. URL path format. I am confusion. What? I'm confused. What is that? I'm so confused. I'm lost. Like, each source value should look like this. It does look like that though, doesn't it? Parentheses, URL. Wait, what? Hold on. ..// Wait, within the font base rules, add a source property with the following path and format. Add values in the following. Yes? Keep the font type formats in order listed with WOFF2 first, and then it can improve to download speeds. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, no, never mind. That didn't work either. Okay, so let me try this again. I had two WOFFs in there. That's why. Still doesn't work. That is the path value though. What is different? Property and then value. Yes. And then path, format. is in there. So if I, doesn't look like, maybe because there's too many spaces in there. Use solution. Oh, wait. Did I not type that though? URL. Oh my golly goo gosh. Besties, I'm slow because the way I didn't see that part, I needed to add in. Okay. What's wrong with it now? You know what? Wait a minute. Okay, I have that now. What's wrong with these now? You're all good, Daphne. Definitely lurk away, do all your post-stream care stuff, though. By the time you get back, I might still be here. Let me get rid of the URL. Okay. I literally might still be here doing this thing. I have a feeling. Never mind. Yeah, we're still doing Stardew today. I just wanted to finish this syllabus lesson right here before we had transitioned over. We have like one more section left, that's it. Hi Sam, welcome in. It's good seeing you today. How are you? We're gonna be switching over to some Stardew Valley in a second once I finish this lesson. But I was stuck on this number 2 right here for the longest time. Jeez Louise. Anyway, how are you? How are you today? How's your Saturday so far? Hopefully it's doing a lot better than mine. Because I'm telling you right now, it is nice outside, but ooh wee McGee. It will definitely get hotter for sure. Very soon. They say it's supposed to rain, I think. This weekend. Happy to see you. Hi Sia, welcome in. Happy to see you as well. 20 XP. Oh. Wait, what? Inside font family font size Hold on. What you talking about, Willis? That don't seem right. Hold on. 20 XP. Wait, font size. That's what I did. You're wrong. Anyway, hi. Or you're just getting off some meds and you're feeling a bit weird. Oh no. Well, you know, definitely remain calm and safe. Do what you gotta do so you feel less like weird. I have been off of my meds for a while, for minty years, I will say. I haven't had ADHD meds in forever, I'm telling you. But for the past like 2 days, I've been like loopy. And I don't know why. Isn't that fan art Pete? No, wait just a minute here. Font family. I added in the new declaration. Is that not what it is? Font size, font family. Am I delusional? Is it because there's a space? Oh my gosh. Always forgetting. There we go. Opposite land here, foggy and cold. Ooh. Well, hopefully you stay warm. Stay warm enough. If you want 79 degrees Fahrenheit, I will more than gladly send it over to you. But I hope you feel better though, Sam. Hope you feel better. Yay, we're done. Okay, so now we learn about typography, the art of arranging text on a page, and then font weight, font style, line height, serif and sans serif between the two, fallback fonts, word spacing, letter spacing, text alignment, and also about font faces, and then linking the fonts using HTML, and also local fonts as well. Nice! That is my lesson for the day. Whew. Talk about learning. Learning is a chore, but yet it's so thrilling. So our next thing that we do when we do our next lesson of Codecademy stuff, it'll be next week. I try to space out these little learning lessons for myself so that way I don't feel too stressed out, but you know, living. But since y'all are here, if you haven't seen it, I like to show this off because I'm really proud of it. But I made this today. I made my own little like band album cover in The Sims 4, and I used Photoshop to make it all band albany vibes. The font, the PAEC logo, and then my Sim Winston with his funky do hairstyle, his cashmere sweater from the Sweet Allure kit, and then just him posing like a poser. But hey, life goes on. There we go. Perfect. And let me do this. Over to some Stardew Valley. I think we're in year 4. Year 4 fall. Yes. And I'll do star mods. You know what mods I use. Here we go.